He
I don't
is a
know
good
what he
guy.
offered to do for you.
He's got good tendencies until you basically turn away his offer. So basically what happened is he had pointed out this organization that not a whole lot of people even talk about in the town that I was currently in at the time, which was in Juneau, Alaska. And I wanted to do some research on it because of having all three different types of, all three different forms of identity on me. I wanted to make sure I wasn't walking into a place that I was going to get mugged or some shit. Okay. So essentially what I said is, okay, let me do some research on it and I'll see what's up. Okay. So essentially after that, my check had hit that morning, shortly after we had talked, and I said, okay, I'm going to go get a room for one night. Well, instead I'd end up booking for 2 nights, and I end up spending over $500 or almost $500 on 2 nights in a room. Didn't mean to, but it happened. Okay. I couldn't see straight. I couldn't do anything because I couldn't see straight and I was falling asleep even on live because I couldn't see straight and I was falling asleep on the live even. And when I went to do it, my phone was starting to lag, and I was dealing with the Wi-Fi at Safeway at the time, and their Wi-Fi was in and out because of all the snow and stuff. So either way, I mean, regardless, it really doesn't matter on the whole situation on that. It was just more the factor when I went to hit the button, it ended up double booking, which is stupid. But I should have paid more attention, and things happen.
So
I
assume you're going to Minneapolis. You said you're headed to Minnesota or something. I shouldn't say Minneapolis. I meant Minnesota. But you're coming from Alaska. And by the way, I used to live in Alaska, so I'm a little familiar with Alaska. But you said you get a check. Is that like a disability type check? Or I'm not trying to be personal.
Yes.
I just don't want you. I know you're probably repeating yourself. I just don't personally know.
No, you're good. I understand. You haven't been in here many times. I mean, I think it's like twice now, and it's just been today. So I know that you're legitimately asking questions to try to figure out what's going on. And yes, I do get disability once a month, but in Alaska, as you're aware, the prices are so damn high that $900 a month is not enough to live off of for even a week. Okay, you'll be lucky to get through 3 days with it if you're on the streets, because you have to get in, somewhere warm. If there's no places that are available for shelter or anything like that, then you got to do what you got to do. And if you have an income, you're going to get a room. You're going to do what you're going to get warm. You're not going to take a risk of unaliving on the streets because of the weather. Makes sense.
So
and the hotels out there are extremely expensive.
My concern is like when I heard you talk about the hit on you, and then you said you don't really have anything to show, but I heard awareness with it, and then I heard you say you've only asked for something twice, but I've seen you ask for things a lot more than twice. I'm not trying to rip into you, but do you see why it doesn't jive with a lot of people? The things you say don't match up to kind of what I've even seen you ask for and do. And like, if you get disability, I know you don't have to be on a 2 to 3 year contract phone. You actually are eligible for a free government phone.
I'm aware of that, but it also doesn't come with the roaming. And I knew that I was going to be going to Alaska, and I'm also going to be going back there hopefully in the springtime, and hope and pray that I can get that job that I was offered with my buddy, who does work with the fishing. He does a lot of salmon fishing.
So are you going back to Minneapolis to work or something, or?
Yes, so where I'm going right now is to be able to do there is an entire 80s trailer that needs all of the flooring replaced, subfloor and the main floor. I've got to get that done, and I will have a place to lay my head when I get there. It's just all a matter of getting there. And what I've been trying to explain to everyone is my personal life really isn't anyone's business. Okay? But I've
if you're
also
asking
tried to
for
explain
money from people.
That's correct.
If you're asking for money from people, it is.
But if you don't want to do it, then keep moving. Don't sit here and slander someone's name and make them look like a horrible person just because they're down on their luck. I'm pretty sure you heard the saying before.
Something.
Oh, I've got a lot of proof on a lot of things. I've got a lot of proof on a lot of things where a lot of people's been putting my name out there and caused a lot of issues on me. Would you like me to DM you all those pictures and videos if they'll go through?
I will look at whatever you send me, but But
Okay.
you sent me some very derogatory names about Jeff, and I know that man does what he does to try to help people. And unless he personally, you can show me, like, did he see? The only thing I saw is you got hooked up with that page called Awareness Tea, and shit went sideways for you. And
No,
I don't
actually,
know
it was
what
already
happened with you
sideways.
and them.
It was already sideways before that. But just to clear things up, she switched up on me whenever I changed my name to this because I got tired of being bullied, and quite honestly, I don't want anything to do with it. But she didn't, and at this point, yeah, I'm gonna make it known that the cyberbullying needs to stop. You are aware that there is hundreds, if not thousands, of lawsuits on TikTok and Meta and YouTube because of the bullying, the doxing, the cyber harassment, the release of information that it says clearly in the description when you go to look up the person, it is not to be used in a false and derogatory manner. Or something to that effect. What they're doing, releasing personal information into the public, even though it's a public, it's a public platform, even though it's a public lookup. Okay, that is not to be used as a weapon. It is not to be used to intimidate. It is not to be used to hoax people, which is exactly what they've done. So basically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to bring into the effect at this point that if you have an idea who Dr. Dre is, and there's several others as well. Okay, Skittles is one of them. And then there's some other individuals as well. I don't want to put a whole lot of names out here, and I have to look them back up anyways, because I've got all the screenshots and shit on it. But if you have an idea who these people are, it needs to be shown that it is illegal for them to do that. Okay, so first off, cigarettes and alcohol, I barely even drink anymore. And if you would have listened, Rachel, okay, what's going on with me has nothing to do with you, okay? Because they're in there, who cares? It's not against the law. It's not against the rules. Do what?
Yeah, I got 2 minutes and I got to drop. But here's the thing too. You're putting a lot of things out there and accusations, and you're attaching it to awareness. I personally know a lot of awareness people that have nothing to do with that. Okay?
Well, maybe the ones that you know they don't, but there is branch offs that do. And those branch offs still fall under the same name.
But no, that's not how it works. But my point is they have the right to do awareness on you if they're doing it in a non-illegal type way. Just as you just said, you have the right to ask for money or people can scroll on, right?
Well, what they're doing is illegal.
And
it's clear that it's illegal.
And
that's why I'm reaching out
against them.
I have talked to some lawyers. There is going to be things taking place because of how bad it's gotten.
Right, but are the lawyers even? Can you even afford to pay a lawyer? You're having trouble traveling.
I don't have to.
Okay. But
not with what's going on because there's already open investigations and there's already an open lawsuit. All I have to do is be a part of it.
That's fine. But you also stated that you've only asked for things a couple times, but you didn't address with me. Like, haven't you asked for multiple nights in rooms?
No, my chat was asking. I asked 2 nights. 2 nights myself. My chat was the ones that were asking. And there's multiple people in here that could be able to tell you the same thing.
Okay, so because people offer or the chat's asking, that's not technically you asking for help, right?
I tried to tell them not to. I even muted several people that were asking for me.
Well, just like the bullies could not bully you, you could just say, I don't want to take that money because I'm not begging.
That's exactly what I've been trying to do. I've been telling people I don't want money on this app. I want to utilize it to be able to talk and meet new people.
You don't need anything for tonight or your phone or nothing, right?
It would be nice, but no, I'm not going to take it off of this app.
Okay.
No.
Do you see
what I'm not going to take it from people.
Do you see what you just did?
What? Speaking the honest truth? Is there a problem with that?
No, I respect truth. That's why I'm here.
Unlike the individuals with awareness that are running their mouth and causing slanderous names, calling me a chomo, calling me a pedophile whenever I'm not, that fucking charge has nothing to do with that.
I don't know about your
They
charge,
can't.
and I don't
They
want to
can't open
know.
that goddamn charge. That's the
I
problem.
don't-
They can't open the file.
Dude,
So
I
tell
don't know
Dr.
about your
Dre,
charge.
tell Dr. Dre and all them little fuck boys over there to get the fuck off my back.
I don't know
That's all
them.
I'm
I don't
asking.
know your charge.
Well, if you don't know Dr. Dre, then there's a problem because he's a big ringleader.
Then why aren't
And
you
he's right there
prosecuting
hand in
somebody if
hand with
they're-
All for One.
Why aren't you prosecuting if somebody's doing that to you?
I've already turned in the evidence. We're waiting on paperwork.
Oh, okay.
It's a process.
Okay. I've been doing this a long time. I know how it all works. So, and I've never
Yeah.
doxed anybody. I've never once doxed anybody. I've never put
Mm-hmm.
anybody's information out there, and anybody will tell you that. But I'm just
No, I
saying.
get that.
But I'm just saying.
And I respect you
Just
for that.
just in our 10-minute conversation, a few things that you've stated don't line up with things you do. I mean, I'm just saying it doesn't.
Well, I'm
So-
sorry that I don't word things correctly and the way that everybody expects me to. Okay?
But I'm
sorry.
I wanted to prove one point. People have the right to do awareness on you in a way that is, like you said, not illegal or crossing a line, but just like
Oh, they've
you have
crossed
the-
a lot of lines and a lot of illegal stuff, and I will send you that stuff so you know that.
Look, because somebody may have done that doesn't mean Jeff is bad or I'm bad or Joe Blow is bad. I'm just saying you can't blanket everybody because one person does something.
Well, it's really hilarious how everything started going south whenever I told All for One that I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to go to that shelter because I didn't trust it. Having all three forms of identity on me, I would rather be in the woods and freeze until I'm unalived. Because I've
So
already
that's
had
kind of
my
like a
identity stolen multiple
backhanded
times.
false jacket that you just did right there. That's like a backhanded false jacket where you're saying, oh, I don't have proof, but I think that's probably him because that's when it happened. I mean, that's not right to do to somebody.
I'm not.
But you're
I'm
getting
not.
mad
I'm
when
not
people do
saying.
things to
Hold
you.
on. Hold on. I'm not even saying it's necessarily him. I'm saying everything
Then why'd you
started
say
going
it? Why'd you
south
bring
when
him
it
up?
happened. Because that's the time frame. I'm not saying it's him. I'm saying it all started when I turned away that offer.
I have barely watched you, and I'm just saying somebody that's looked in and just seen what's going on, a lot of things don't make sense, and I'm just pointing that out. And I mean,
Well, I'm sorry if it doesn't make sense to you,
You
but
don't-
I
you
mean,
don't owe
maybe
me an
look
apology.
at it a little deeper. Maybe look
You
at it a little
don't owe
deeper
me
and
an
understand
apology.
where I'm coming from. I don't know anybody an apology. Okay. And I'm not
but
gonna
I've done
apologize
this
for
long
being
enough
me.
just to know. I've done it long enough to know, and that's why I was easily able to watch for 5 minutes and point those things out. They don't line up.
And I,
That's
and
all
I
I'm saying.
appreciate that, but I'd like to know what doesn't line up. And it just does. It really doesn't line up how people can sit here and judge me by not even knowing me. Okay, they can judge me and
Nobody's-
put me out to be a beggar or a scammer because of 2 nights that I asked for anything, and the times that my chats was asking for stuff, and I kept muting them to be able to get it to stop, and it wouldn't stop because we had so many people asking. And
Did
I
you
was like,
take-
dude, just
did you take
fucking
the money?
stop.
Did you
Yes,
take the
I
money?
did because I'm not gonna turn away a fucking gift. Would you?
Okay. Right there, you just did it again.
What? Not turning
What
away
you
a
say
gift?
doesn't happen. What?
Not turning away a gift? Would you
Do
turn
you,
away a
do you
gift?
have the you? Do you know how many things I've turned away in life? If I don't want something, I won't take it. Nobody can force me to do shit. I mean, I have
Okay.
free will. I can do what I choose.
But you've also had a home. You've also had a home. And it's quite clear, looking at your background, whenever I look at your videos, looking at your demeanor, looking at the way that you are, looking at the way you dress and everything else, I'm pretty certain that you might be at least middle class, at bare minimum. So
What if
you
I am?
haven't had to
What if
deal
I'm
with
poor?
this.
What if I'm upper class? What does it matter?
It doesn't matter, but what I'm saying is you haven't had to deal with this in the past 5 or 10 years. That's what I'm trying to explain. Nowadays, you're not going to turn away when somebody try to help.
Then
You're
just
not gonna
don't
turn
act
away
like you're not
anything
doing it then.
when-
Then don't sit there and say you're not doing it. That's the whole definition
I'm not saying
of dry
I'm not
begging.
doing it. I'm
That's
not
the
saying
whole
I'm not
definition
doing
of
it.
dry begging.
Okay, so let me ask you this then. Let's break this down. Dry begging. Is it this whole fucking app dry begging? Because I mean, if you're not asking, you're doing shit for it, but it's not a fucking job. When people are using your content and getting money and gifts off of it, guess what? That's dry begging. Matter of fact, that's money laundering.
You know what? I
Matter
can
of
speak for
fact,
myself.
that's money embezzlement. So why don't you look into your fucking people and see what the hell they're doing? Because you classifying yourself as a part of awareness, you also are at fault for allowing this shit to happen because you're not taking a fucking stand.
You want me to show you my account settings? My creator fund has never been turned on in 5 years since I've been on here. I have not.
But you're
one
still
penny off
allowing
this
the
app.
shit to take place. You are the most level-headed right now, dude. The most level-headed of any of them.
And
They've got me
you
out here
think I
fearing
can
for my
control what other
fucking
people-
life.
And you think I can control what other people do with their money or what they make?
My fucking point. You just said it. You can't control what people do with their money or what they do to help others. So why the fuck are y'all putting my name out there to be a horrible person? Huh? Why are
Didn't you just say you didn't ask for it? Didn't you just say you didn't ask for it?
If I didn't ask for it, but it was given to me, whoopity fucking do. If I asked for 2 nights, but they helped, whoopity do. You want to warn them about somebody that's in a bad situation, okay? You want to sit here and tell everybody, oh, he's a beggar, he's a scammer, all because he's in a horrible situation? Whoopity fucking do. Why don't you guys get your fucking asses off my shit and stop scamming me, stop spamming me, and stop trolling me? Why don't y'all do that? Why don't y'all move on somewhere and stop being like this fucking dumbass that embezzled millions of dollars on fucking TikTok by utilizing other people's content? Huh?
Who is
Why don't
you
y'all
guys?
do that? Because that's exactly what the fuck y'all are doing. Not you. I'm talking to these stupid fools. I'm talking to these stupid fools down here.
And are
Not
you talking
you.
to me?
I said no, not you. Talking to these dumbasses down here in chat. Scroll through the comments and read. You'll see some of them.
So you're the one, and 90% of the other people here have a different opinion, but they're all wrong.
Yeah, the 90% of those people are all awareness. They're all the motherfuckers doing that shit. Have you not understood how big awareness is? You're just a small little part of it. Your people actually have respect. Why do you think I messaged you? Because maybe, just maybe there's a slim chance that you could talk to the others and get them to realize what they're doing and the lines that they have crossed is illegal. You have knowledge, bro. That's why I messaged you, to try to get you to help with this, because what they're doing is illegal and they've crossed too many lines. It's the only reason why I messaged you. I didn't message you to have you come in here and start and have issues. But I messaged you so you could be able to talk to them. So you might be able to put a bug out there so they can see what they're doing is illegal. And see, that's another thing too. Like they're sitting there calling me pedo fucks and all this other shit.
Or anybody else. I don't have issues with you or anybody else. If I do my awareness, it's because it's straight facts. I prove what I prove. So
Well,
I don't need like you to tell me anything because I've been here in awareness probably longer than you've been on this app.
Then maybe start looking into some of these fucking idiots that are doing this shit, dude. Maybe start looking into them. Because they're making a bad name on your crew when your crew doesn't have part to do with this.
All right. There goes the blankets again. You're trying to spin words.
I'm not spinning anything.
That way, dude.
I'm not spinning anything. But I will tell you this. The entire awareness clan that's out there has been under investigation since that African American girl had taken her life on live stream in Alabama. And there's enough evidence that will put away any individual that has any part to do with awareness. So I'm going to suggest for the very last time, and it's just man to man here, get a bug out there and get this shit fixed. Because what they're doing right here in my live could be the very last of what they need. You're not even reading any of the comments, are you? You're not even seeing some of the shit that they're saying, are you? That's what I'm saying.
question.
You think
and
you're
then I
tired of the
gotta go.
nonsense? You think you're tired of nonsense? Think about what I'm dealing with and think about how tired I am of it.
You're kind of doing it to yourself, though, dude.
No, I'm not. It started when these dumbasses started running their fucking mouth. And now they're sitting there calling me all these fucking names and shit. They don't even know what the fuck's up.
Do you know there's a
Like,
lot
you
of
got-
trolls out there that have nothing to do with awareness?
Oh, I'm fully aware, but 90% of this has a lot to do with awareness. I've
No,
already looked a lot of
actually,
the
most
names
of the
up.
trolls out there have nothing to do with awareness.
No, but awareness sure starts it. No, I'm not a fucking sex offender, Jason. Never been on a list or anything. Get the fuck out of my shit. See, that's what I'm talking about. All this fucking shit, dude. And it all started.
And that's all
from
because of
people-
awareness, right?
It started with awareness, yes. You know who told me that it started with awareness and they had proof of it? And I got the screenshot somewhere. Guess who told me? The tatted guy. The same motherfucker that Penny Ferry attacked in the very beginning. Yeah. You know, me and him don't even talk anymore. And now I see why y'all attacked him.
So you,
Yeah.
so you just believe somebody you barely even know.
It's not just that. It's also other individuals that have sent me screenshots of shit that got done in the past. All the shit
And
that's
have you
happened to
put
me is
any of your
matched up with what
screenshots
they've
out
done.
to show people? Have you put
Not
these
yet.
screenshots out to show
would you
people?
would you like me to start making a bunch of posts and videos about some of the shit and calling out awareness? Because I'm trying to keep the heat
You know
off
what?
y'all as much as I
Technically,
can.
if I was in your shoes and I was complaining about all the stuff you were, fuck yeah, I would actually be putting out a bunch
All
of
right.
awareness on these people. I mean,
All right,
yeah.
cool. I will. As a matter
I mean,
of fact,
you
as soon as
gotta
I get
kinda
done with
put
my
your-
live, I'm gonna make sure I start getting the videos out there.
You do what you
No,
got to do.
I think
but
that's gonna
I'm
be
just
good.
saying. So, like I told you, I'm
I-
not coming up here to be against you, but things
No, I
don't
know.
line up. You're not doing some of the things you say that you aren't doing, and then you get mad when you get asked about it.
No, I don't get mad when I get asked about it. I get defensive because the fact that I'm sitting here getting treated like crap by a lot of people, and it all stemmed back
Why are you
to
sitting
the
there
very beginning.
letting people you don't know bother you?
Because it's affecting my stream.
And what is your
It's
stream? What
affecting
is your
me being
content?
on content.
And what is your content?
I did start out actually trying to be able to bring awareness about homelessness. But now I've moved it to an anti-bullying policy. And I'm going to make a full-on movement against it. And you guys can like it or not. You know, but y'all got some shit coming your way. I thought you said you had to go.
something earlier too about. I'm about to go, but you said something earlier too. I forgot that DOT says it's illegal for truck drivers to take hitchhikers.
That's as far as I know. I've heard it from a lot of truck drivers that they actually cannot do that anymore. It is against against Department of Transportation regulations.
It actually never has been. It's up to it's private companies that don't allow their truckers to do it because it's their trucks. If a private trucker,
okay.
which there are many private truckers, they can pick up whoever they want.
Okay. Well, thank you for clarifying that.
I was just trying to state something that you misstated earlier. That was it. No big deal.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I actually appreciate that because that's for that to be cleared up. That actually means a lot, and I appreciate that, brother. Well, listen, I ain't got nothing against you, man.
I know you got stuff you got to do, and the only last point I want to make is you were reading off about the guidelines about the bullying and the doxing and stuff like that. You do know if you get into the TikTok guidelines, it's also asking for money on here is against their actual terms and conditions, right? Did you ever read that part?
Actually, it's not against it, but I mean,
okay. Do you want me to get it and show you?
I mean, if you'd like to send it to me, yeah, I'll definitely take a look at it. I did never see it in there, but I mean, that doesn't mean anything. And see, here's the thing. I only asked the 2 nights. I haven't asked it since then. I've talked about, things that need to get done, trying to be able to explain to people what's going on.
Weren't you just asking for a phone today?
No. I explained.
I actually heard you say
I didn't ask for anything. If you'll be quiet for a minute, let me reiterate what I said. Okay, what I said was that these exact words. I may not be on here for a little while because my phone bill is due this evening. I don't have enough to be able to take care of it, but I will figure it out. I was hoping that guy would take care of putting me to work this afternoon, but he never called me.
But you know that's the exact definition of dry begging, correct?
That's not dry bagging. And if you're not
Okay.
if you're not strictly coming out and saying, "Hey, I need this amount of money," then it's
No,
not
that's
begging.
begging.
And
That's
it's not
begging.
it's not against community guidelines to explain a situation to people.
If you're coming straight out and asking for something, that's begging. What you were doing is dry begging. That's the exact definition.
No. That's
I'm
explaining
just
to
saying
people why they won't see me for a
You can't
while.
paint things. You can't paint things how you want to paint them.
It's
and
not
have 'em
how
your
I
way,
want
just-
to. It is exactly what it is, okay? Listen, when I explain to people what's going on and why they may not see me for a while or whatever, then that is what it is, okay? But what I would like
Look,
is
I
for all
can't
these
get through.
idiots
I
to
can't get
stop
through
coming in
anymore
my
to
shit.
you. I can't get through anymore to you. I just wanted to come and say what I had to say and ask some questions, but I appreciate you talking to me. But
I'd like to ask you a question.
I do got to roll, and what's that?
I want to ask you a question.
Yeah, go
Why
for
did
it.
all the trolling? Why did all the trollers start coming in shortly after you got in the box? That says a lot.
I don't know. So am I responsible for that?
No, I'm not saying you're responsible, but I'm saying that they're watching and that they know because my shit boosted from 40 people all the way up to 262 people now.
I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm middle class. I don't know. I'm just saying. Like,
No, it's because you're one of the people in awareness, and they want to come in and see how everything's going, and they seen me and they just start coming against me again in the chat for no apparent reason. Which means that you can say something to straighten this out. You can get them to lay off of me and give me an opportunity to better my
What
life.
was the first
and
thing
maybe
when I
not
came
have to
in
come
here? I
out
said
and say anything.
the first thing I said when I came in here, there's different kinds of awareness. Some people go too far. They shouldn't do things a certain way and go beyond. I don't associate with those kind of people. I don't. And if you think I do, show it. Drop it.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all.
then
It's
stop
just I
blanketing all
find
this
it.
shit.
I'm not blanketing anything. What I'm pointing out is exactly this. My shit went from 40 to 264 less than 30 seconds after you come in here, and we got a bunch of bitch ass motherfuckers down here that are bitch made that are sitting here causing a bunch of problems. That's what I'm trying to point out. That means that they've been watching you for the longest time, and you may not have a part to do with this, but they follow everything that you do. And what
You know how
you
many
have
people are
been
streaming
doing
you right now?
and the people
You know how
that
many people are streaming
I would
you?
like to know. I would like to know because they're a bunch of bitch made motherfuckers that ain't got no fucking respect nor common sense. Their mama,
you know why
their
people
mama
are in
should
here
have.
trolling
You know
you?
what? Their daddy should have spit their bitch ass out on the fucking back. That's what they should.
You see? That's why people are in here doing that, because of what you're doing right now. You're crashing out.
Yeah, I'm crashing out because I'm tired of motherfuckers being disrespectful. All you fucking bitch ass motherfuckers can get up out of my shit.